we realized we could move anywhere that we wanted to, and we chose St. Pete Beach.
A lot of the beaches are very strict throughout the county. They don't allow I have this amazing privilege of being joined by Mayor Scott Tate. He is the mayor of St. Pete Beach. He was elected into office this March 2026. And I am so excited to have this chat with him so we can learn a little bit more about St. Pete Beach and what it has to offer.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. Another good day on St. Pete Beach.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
We could not have asked for better weather. Can you tell us a little bit about what drew you here in the first place?
Yeah, thank you. So, my dad retired at MacDill back in the 70s. So I've kind of grown up in Brandon area, which is where my dad and mom still live currently. My family was raised in Brandon area. And when we went to the beach, St. Pete Beach was my favorite beach to go to. I've also played in musically up and down the beach for the last 20 years and have seen every community within 100 miles of this area. And seen what I like and don't like about each of those communities. So when my wife and I's youngest daughter finished high school, when we became empty nesters, we realized we could move anywhere that we wanted to, and we chose St. Pete Beach. It's where we wanted to spend the rest of our lives. So we moved here about 5 years ago, and have met some wonderful neighbors. Fell in love with the community, and again, we'll spend the rest of our lives here. So.
That's how I feel about Pinellas County. I don't ever want to move anywhere else again. Do you still play?
I do. I'm sorry.
Perform?
Please.
No, please, yeah.
I do. We play about 20 times a year, and we just play up and down the beach mostly, and frankly, lately a lot in St. Pete Beach. We kind of found 5 or 6 places in the area between here and Gulfport that we bring a good enough crowd that they want us back. And we enjoy it. It's never been anything for money making. It's more just about enjoying camaraderie with 3 other gentlemen that I've been playing with for about 20 years.
That's so exciting. So if somebody wanted to go see you, where would they go?
You can find us on Facebook. The band's name is the Horny Toads. I did not name the band, but we have been playing up and down the beach for about 20 years. And come see us. We're on Facebook. You can find our venues where we play at and come support us.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
Chris and I will definitely have to come check you out one of these days.
Yeah.
Pinellas County has 24 cities, and 11 of those cities are beach cities. What would you say makes St. Pete Beach special or different or unique against the others?
Yeah, so thank you. Good question. For me, again, as I thought about where Lynette, my wife, and I wanted to move, one of the things we talked about was the different characters of each city. So as you go up and down the beaches, you get a different feel with each town that you're in. I think what drew us to St. Pete Beach is we've got a vibrant mix of both residential neighborhoods, which was important to us because we, wanted to have a yard and a home that we could call our own. But we've also got this amazing rich history. We've got the Paso Grow history. We've got historical things like the Don Cesar. We've got these beautiful beaches, and we've got an amazing array of food, shopping, entertainment options that frankly you can't find anywhere else. So it's just a great mix of these things that really make St. Pete Beach special. All of these beaches are beautiful, but for me, St. Pete Beach is the special one because it's just got a great mix of everything that you need to not only live your life on a day-to-day basis, but enjoy it in the evenings, movie theaters, things like that. Just a great mix.
And the Don Cesar, it's just the cherry on top. So I love it.
Absolutely.
We do go there.
Yes.
Occasionally.
Beautiful spot. Historic as well, right? So,
yeah.
And you think about Corey Avenue, and been around for, hundreds of years as the hub, if you will, of the northern parts of our island. And they've got so many great shops and restaurants and dining opportunities.
Is Corey Avenue the main business hub?
That's the primary business hub of St. Pete Beach. We call it our downtown, if you will. And then you've got neighborhoods and resorts and hotels and other things around it. And then you get down towards the quieter side of Paso Grill, and it's got its own shopping district, and it's a wonderful 8th Avenue, 9th Avenue, where there's some good shopping in that area as well, and good restaurants. So we've got kind of two beautiful little shopping districts in the historic district. When people think of downtown St. Pete Beach, I think mostly they think of the Corey area.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. And what about events? So like, are there any annual events that people from outside of St. Pete Beach can come to get a feel for the culture?
Yeah, it's a great city year round. Going through the calendar in my head, we usually have something in February. We do, for example, a Mardi Gras celebration on Corey Avenue. Usually in the springtime, the city has at Haran Park, we have a series of concerts. So we'll bring in local bands. I've played there a few times.
Yeah.
I have played there a few times.
Cool.
I'll be playing there. As a matter of fact, in October, we have a spring and a fall concert series, and my band will be playing there in October. But we bring in local bands and invite the public to come enjoy, the beautiful weather of St. Pete Beach. I got there through the spring. We usually have a spring festival around Easter, that we have a lot of events there. And then as you get later in, we're going to have a huge 4th of July event. I've already mentioned our spring concerts or our fall concert series. But then you get into the fall and the winter. And we've got, there's usually a lighted boat parade as we get closer to Christmas time. You've got a lighted,
it comes right through here.
Comes right through this area. You get a lighted, golf cart parade. And, and then, one of my favorites at the end, last year was my first time we attended it, but I understand it's a tradition, is a bonfire on the beach, closer to Christmas time as well. So there's year round, there's always something going on. I would say those are the big events, but every weekend we've got a market. We've got a kind of a farmer Sunday market on Sunday afternoons. Every Sunday you can come out to the market, and there's hundreds of vendors set up, and there's great events going on all around the city.
Oh, that's fun. I love a good market. So what about like real estate? Are there any new developments that are coming up or anything that you're excited about?
I'll step into a little bit of what's recently opened and then talk about what's coming in the future. We just had Cafe Riviera, which is down on Paso Grill area that I mentioned. They just opened a few weeks back, and we're excited to have them in our community in that same area. Malio's, the steakhouse, which has been on our island for a little over a year, is opening a Moon Over Malio's event. They're opening down on 8th Avenue as well. So we've got
they're opening another
location down at Paso Grill. So we're happy to have that. Yeah, that's new news. It just came out in the last few days. And then I was up in Corey Avenue this past weekend, and got to meet the owner of the brand new opened Fellas Vinois, which is a new kind of Mediterranean winery down on Corey Avenue, and in Ingersmell with the other shops and restaurants and entertainment options down there. So we're happy to have these new things coming in. I was very pleased. Just this past week, I was able to open up and be part of the ribbon cutting for the Luce Hotel, which is the new resort. It's formerly the Postcard Inn.
Yes, I heard about that one. That's exciting.
It turned out beautiful. They did a really good job with it. It's beautifully decorated, remodeled, and it's a beautiful space. I was fortunate to have dinner there the other night, and the food was amazing. So
does it still have the same feel of the Postcard Inn?
It's similar. I would say it's been upscaled a lot. I think it'll be, Postcard Inn's so historic on St. Pete Beach, and it's got something in people's minds. They've still got some more work to do on
Spring break.
Yes, and they've still got some more work to do back on their beach bar. I would say it's an elevated kind of Postcard Inn. That will remain to be seen when their beach bar opens, and see what they bring into the beach bar and kind of how that entertainment becomes. But I can tell you it's a significant visual upgrade, and from what I remember from the Postcard Inn. So it's a good change. And it's actually the same owners. They had bought the Postcard Inn a few years before the storm. They were excited to stay in St. Pete Beach as the owners and just invest in the property, which is really good.
I do have to say that Chris would always invite, or whenever like young bachelor guys are around,
Yes.
like his son's friends or whatnot, he would always send them there.
Yeah, so between there and you got Jimmy B's, and you've got, I'll tell you, the Twisted Tiki down on Corey's really got a lot of good nightlife and activity going on as well. So St. Pete Beach is coming back. We had a few years, after the storms, where frankly those storms of 2024 just really devastated St. Pete Beach, like they did many beach communities in the area. And so, I think this year's been a year of really seeing some good change, particularly with restaurants and bars opening. Our beach theater was reopened last year. I don't know if you've been there. It's on Corey Avenue.
Okay,
It's a beautiful historic building. Oh, you should see it. It's amazing inside. And
what do they show? Do they show classic movies?
They're not first run. So, for example, they were playing Jaws this past weekend.
Oh, cool.
And they've got a movie called The Green Flash, which they've been bringing back, about a series of St. Pete Beach and Pasadena residents, young men who who got busted for drug running back in the, I think, 70s, 60s, and 70s. And it's less about that and more about just their lifestyle and kind of the, philosophy of life. So it's actually quite a good movie. We saw, my wife and I are John Prine fans, and we just saw a John Prine documentary at the Beach Theater recently. So they bring really interesting, culturally significant pieces, and then occasionally they'll bring in a band or two and have events there as well. So
we'll definitely have to check it out.
Yes.
You said the name of the movie was Green Flash, so that brings me to another question that I wanted to ask you. So my husband, he's always looking for the green flash.
Yeah.
And do you know about that, where after a sunset, there's sometimes a green flash? And he's never seen it. I've never seen it, but have you?
I'd heard about it for many years, right? And living in Brandon, you don't get it over the trees of Brandon. But since my wife and I moved here, we spend a lot of time. Another great little boutique hotel that's close to our neighborhood is the Bon Air, and so we spend a lot of time in the evenings watching sunset there. And I will tell you, I'm certain that I've seen the green flash a few times. It is a real thing, and it is right as the sun, like the little crest of the sun, is just about to go below the water. You get just a little hint of green for about a half second. I'm told they're rare, but I got to tell you, from St. Pete Beach, I've seen more than I ever thought I would. And they're out there. So come check out it. We are known, as you may know, as the sunset capital of Florida. And so we've got some beautiful sunsets.
Some of them don't allow drinks. Some of them don't allow dogs. But do you have anything where people can bring their dogs out for the day?
Unofficially, yes. Officially, no. So we do have an official dog park up on the north part of our island called McKinney Park, and it's not on the beach, but it's actually got a small dog little area and a larger dog area. So we keep the dogs separated, and they're on the water. They'd be on the intercoastal, kind of like we are here. But the unofficially at the south end of our beach is what's really a sandbar. We actually had some commission discussions about it over the last few months. And it turns out it's just almost like any other sandbar that you'd find out in the ocean. It's not something that the city owns. It's not something that we can police and patrol. But it's been historically a place where residents and visitors will bring their puppies and let them run. Now, I will say that it is not a fenced area, and so we've basically put up signs that say enter at your own risk. Okay. Because we can't enforce it. We can't control it. But historically, it's been there. So we call it our unofficial dog park.
Oh, perfect.
It's a great little spot. So we've got 3 main beaches, and then obviously little places you can go otherwise. So great spot.
Yeah. It's, anywhere you go, it's just beautiful, especially for the sunsets. I can't get enough of the sunsets here.
Yes, we love them.
What about, for people visiting, is there a better time to come for the water temperature?
Our busier months are usually the winter time, when the snowbirds are coming down and kind of escaping the cold from really up north, if you call it. So those are our busier months. We kind of slow down in the summer. But interestingly, the water is swimmable year round, particularly for the folks that are visiting us from up north. If they're thinking 30, 40 degree waters up north, we're going to be in, usually our low water temperatures are in the 60s, mid 60s, 65, 65 degrees, in the summertime, which is swimmable, right? And that's our wintertime, water temps, right? And so in the summertime, we'll peak up to about 85 degrees. And then on average, you average all that out, we end up with mid 70s, swimming. So it's kind of room temp water, if you will. And very comfortable.
That's what I wait for. I love the room temperature water.
I do too. I've grown up in Florida all my life. This even 60 degrees is I can do it, but it's not something I love to do. So.
And it's definitely, if you have never experienced the warm bath water type of water in the ocean, it is unreal. The first time I had that opportunity to swim in the Floridian in the Tampa Bay waters, I could not believe it. It was something. You can't understand it until you really experience it. Yeah. But I guess that brings us to the end. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you so much. We have a great beach. Come visit us, and we'd love to have you.